Hello, I'm Arti and today we will be discussing the right way to attempt Ielts table to attempt 9 band score. You can see the table on your screen. Let us read the question statement first and then go through the table. The table below summarizes some data collected by a college bookshop for the month of February 2000. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Now let us look at the table. We can see that there are 3 genres of books: fiction, non-fiction and magazines, and there are 2 kinds of customers: non-book club members and book club members. The non-book club members include college staff, college students and members of the public. And then you have different kinds of sales, that is college staff buying 405 books, college students 1474 books, and you can see the total sale is for 3134 books. So having gone through the question statement and the table, let us now go to the introduction. Let's read it. The table illustrates the sale of different genres of books, namely fiction, non-fiction and magazines, in a college bookshop in February 2000. The buyers of the publication include book club members and non-book club members. So I have noted down anything from the question statement. One thing, I've tried to use synonyms. And the second thing is, I've talked about the different genres, the different customers, and the time frame. So I think the introduction is complete and perfect in itself. So let us now move to the overview. Overview is always a challenging task for the students. Let us see how we can pick up some points to make a good overview. Now when we look at the table, we can see that book club members, they bought in all 1051 books. But non-book club members, they bought around more than 2000 books, because college staff bought 405 books, college students had more than 1400 and members of public had around 200 books. So the total is more than 2000. So this can be our wonderful overview. Let us read it. Overall, it can be seen that non-book club members bought more books than book club members. Also, the sale of magazines outweighed the sale of books of all other genres. So this is the second thing that I've added, that magazines were sold the most. Remember, you do not give any figures in overview. It just has to be the gist or the central idea. No figures or no numbers have to be given. Let us now shift to the body paragraphs. So first of all, I'm going to talk about magazines. We can see that the total sale of the bookstore was 3134 books, and out of these 1696 were magazines. So this is what I've tried to write in my first point. Let's read it. Out of the total sale of 3134 books, the magazines topped the list. They accounted for about half of the total publications sold and stood at 1696. Let us shift to the second comparison. Here I am going to talk about non-book club members. We can see that the college staff and the college students, they preferred magazines more than the other type of books. And along with it, I'll talk about members of public who liked non-fiction the most, and they did not invest in fiction. Let us go through the point. Among non-book club members, the college students and the college staff bought more magazines than other genres. The members of the public opted for non-fiction the most. However, they did not buy fiction at all. Moving on to the next comparison, we can see that college staff bought more fiction than non-fiction, but college students, they displayed a quite opposite trend because they bought more non-fiction than fiction. Let's read it. Interestingly, college staff bought more fiction books than non-fiction books. Nevertheless, the trend was reversed in case of college students, as they picked up the books of the latter genre more than the former genre. As we know, it is not very good idea to repeat words again and again in our Ielts graphs. So this is the reason that we write former and latter. Now let's move to the last comparison, and it's about the book club members. Now we can say that book club members, they are quite different from the non-book club members. They preferred non-fiction the most, and magazines were the least preferred by them. So let us see what I have written. Book club members displayed altogether different preferences than non-book club members. They preferred non-fiction the most. Out of 1051 books they procured, 942 were non-fiction.